So moving ahead with the learning process, I brought operations category, that is called operators. So what are operators? Operators block menu has a light green color. This is the color. So whenever you go to the operations block, all the blocks here will be of this color, and they are used to perform certain mathematical functions and Boolean operations in the script. So I'm going to show you the blocks which you have and how to use them. So look at the first block. This is the first block. It is used to perform addition. And then we have second block of minus here. Minus sign is here. Here you could see the plus sign. It is used to perform difference of two numbers. Then we have a asterisk mark here. Children, this asterisk mark is symbolizing multiplication. So this block performs the multiplication of two numbers. It could be two variables as well. And in the same way, we have a division block. It performs the division. Now coming to the next block, we have pick, random, and two numbers are placed there. That means every time when this is executed, a new random number is picked up. So this block randomly chooses the numbers from or within the specified numbers. Okay, and after that you have a greater than, smaller than, and equal to. So these three blocks are to check if a particular number is greater than the particular condition. Similarly, it checks whether the condition is less than, and then it checks the condition is equal to. So these are the 8 blocks which you will be using very frequently, and we call them operators. So they can be mathematical operators and they can be logical operator. Every time when you compare greater than, smaller than, is it the two value equal, we call them logical operators. And the logical operators are the operators where you could get only two values, yes or no. Okay, so suppose I check if the number is greater than 50, you'll get the answer either yes, yes it is greater than 50, and it could be no, nothing more you could get out of it. Right? Now how to use the mathematical operators, we are going to learn it. So to perform the calculation in the Scratch project, we have this sample program for you. First go to the new project in the Scratch and delete the default cat sprite which is always there. And in place of that, we are going to select Danny sprite. So in the sprite library, you can choose any one of yours. I've chosen this Danny sprite here for you. And then we have this set of coding. So just try these coding, and this coding is for addition of two numbers. And what we will get, we are going to take the first number, second number, and the sum of the two numbers are stored. So for that, we have taken the value, say let us add two numbers for 2 seconds. So the sprite will say the message, we are going to add two numbers for few seconds, and then you have a command ask. You remember we studied ask command. Ask command is waiting for you to input the number, right? So it is going to give a message, enter the first number and wait. And wait means until you enter the number and press enter key, it's going to wait for your answer. And then this value is stored. Similarly, we take the second number, enter the second number, and then that value is stored in another value. Okay, so for this storing the value, we are using set command. So set command is again used. Okay, so let's say we have, you can take any variable. I've taken A, B, and C. So A is storing the first value, B is storing the second value, and C is storing. Now here we have brought a mathematical operator that is plus. So with this mathematical operator, we are adding A and B. What does it mean? It means that whatever value you have inputted for the first time, which is stored in a variable A in the computer memory, and another variable which is storing the value, second value from the input, the two values are added and they are stored in a third variable, that is C. Now we are saying, say the addition of two numbers and this value comes here as C. So we are displaying the value C, and which is going to store the sum of two numbers, and it is finally displayed on the output screen, and then it waits for 1 second, right? So this entire coding you are going to write, and this way you can try more symbols, more operators. You can try for subtraction of two numbers, you can try for multiplication and division and whatnot. You can even make your calculator where all the four formulas of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division could be applied, right? After that, we come at using the keyboard keys. So there are some blocks in the Scratch run with the help of keyboard keys, like the when key is pressed. So this is a block. This block performs the action once the keyboard key is pressed. That means once you give the command and when you start executing your coding, when you reach to this location, it will wait for your input to come from the keyboard and then it is going to move ahead. So the keyboard key can be selected from the drop down arrow inside the block. And that particular key, suppose I see I'm going to press C to continue. So until you press that particular key, so whatever key you want to press, that key could be selected from the drop down arrow. Now the blocks are placed after this block only execute once the selected key is pressed. So let's see how it actually works. So we are going to first open a new project in the Scratch, right? And then you create the sprite. For the sprite as shown in the figure, here we have taken the cat sprite. You can choose any of your sprite. Now notice that you have created more than one script for one sprite. So it may happen, this is the first script, this is the second script. So different scripts are written one after another. Okay, so just press the keyboard key to execute the script, and the script corresponding to the pressed key is executed. That means if you press one button, when this particular key is pressed, this is going to happen. When this key is pressed, this is going to happen. So that way, when this is pressed, this is going to happen. So you are very flexible that when you give the command and when you want to see that which key is pressed, what action has to be taken, so you can write the different set of blocks and then explore it the way you want to do it. Understood? And this is how your program becomes more creative, more innovative and more presentable. Now this is another dance project for you to be made in the Scratch. So entire coding is provided to you. Different blocks are made for you. I have already taught you all these commands. What are the uses of these commands? So just open your book next to your computer, place it properly, keep writing the blocks one after another and explore them. See how the dancing projects come out very well. You will really enjoy it. Now coming to reasoning to make decision. You know, like whenever you work, sometimes you have to do the coding where you need to take the decision. For that we use these blocks. So everyone takes decision in their day-to-day life, but some decisions or complex problems require logical thinking to solve it. So come on, let's consider a general situation to understand. For example, you have to choose a dance or a sport activity after the school. So maybe your teacher asks either you want to go for a dance activity or for a sports activity. Now you have to apply the reasoning to take this decision. Now, for example, how much time will you get daily after the school? This is the first question that comes to your mind. And then second question is that after taking part in this activity, is it going to affect your studies? Yes or no? And if you join the activity, will you be able to play or not? Suppose you take part in one activity. So are you left with your playing time or not? So in such situations, you have to apply the logical thinking, right children? Now what is logical thinking? It includes the problem identification, first thing. Then it includes the information searching, and then finally going to the solution of the problem, right? So that is called logical thinking. Now look at the shapes which are given here, and the shapes are, if you look at the situation carefully, the first shape given to you, all these are the closed figures, first thing. Then the first figure comes has 3 sides. What is the number of sides in the second figure? Good, it is 4-sided. Then what is the next one? 5-sided, very nice. So what will be the next figure? So what comes next in the sequence? Very nice, I could listen the answer. It will be a 6-sided figure and we call it a hexagon, right? Now second type of situation is information searching. Children, what is information searching? In information searching, first thing is the goal, second thing is the information, and the third thing is the condition. So how to work it? To find the fourth shape, this is first shape, second, third and fourth. So to find the first shape in the sequence, we need to get the information. The sequence of shapes is given, so we need to just observe them so that we could get the output. So we first see the first shape has 3 sides. So keep this in the mind that yes, the first shape consists of 3 sides. And then we come to the second shape which consists of 4 sides. Very nice. And what about the third shape? Third shape has 5 sides. Okay. So now we look at the condition, and in the sequence the number of sides of the shape is increasing. Every time it is increasing by 1. So we come to the conclusion that the fourth shape will have 6 sides, because this is the first shape with 3 sides. Second shape will have 4 sides. So every time you could see it is 2 more. This is the third shape with 5 sides. So again we have 2 more, right? So this way we come to the reasoning of it. So the next shape would have 6 sides, that is, this is the old number, and we come to the increasing of 1. So it could be done in different ways, the way you put the logic. Fourth shape is fourth shape and 2 more is added. That's another way to think over it, right? So we need to work out to the solution in a very precise manner, in step by step manner, so that we come out with the correct reason. So it proves that with the logical reasoning, any problems can be solved in the same way. In Scratch also, you can create the projects with the help of block using the logical reasoning. So logical reasoning, in fact, help you to take the decision, and we used to work on the conditional programming for that. Okay. So in programming, sometimes the program can give more than one results. So there is possibility, and this happens only when you add conditions to it. For example, I'll give you a very interesting example. In a program, there are 2 numbers. So if one number is greater than 10, then it will add the 2 numbers. else you are going to subtract them. This is one of the condition you are putting. And this will happen only if you add a check condition, and that check condition is added by using the keyword, that is if, or even you can use if else keyword, right? So we come to the control block menu that are used to add the condition in the program. And you can use multiple blocks in the project to add more than one conditions as well. So it's not precise to putting only 2 condition, 4 condition. When you make your big projects, there's no limit. Wherever you want to put a check, wherever you want to put a condition, the if statement or if else statement could be used inside it. Okay. So now here you have a new project. You have to add a baseball background on the stage. We have added this baseball background on the screen, and we have provided you the coding here. So you'll enjoy doing it. You are going to mark the axis. You are going to give a loop, that is forever loop, move 5 steps. So then you are going to next costume, then you are turning it by 5 degrees, and if on edge it bounce back. So what do you mean? If there's a condition that when the sprite is moving, it reaches the edge, it just bounces back. Okay, so that way you can put if condition, and you can make this collection of blocks which will be a real fun. Okay, now from touching color block, click on the color picker block. So when you pick a color, so this is a color you have picked here, right? So the mouse pointer changes into the hand icon. So what you have to do, click on the green color from the stage. The color will automatically reflect inside the color picker box. So simply you have to choose the color here. So when you get the color here, you have to simply choose the color from the color picker, and that particular color will reflect here on the screen. It comes like this. Okay. Now if block from the control block menu adds the condition in the script, and the script will only change its color if it touches the green color of the stage. So this is the green color of the stage. The same color is mentioned here. So if this color is touched, then only this action is going to take place. Otherwise, this action is not going to take place. So just click on the green flag button. This is the green flag button to execute your script. And children, observe that the cat sprite moves all over the stage, but changes its color only when it touches the green color. Okay, so the color of the cat is changing when it touches the green color. Understood? Very interesting project. Just type these few lines on your scribe platform and then check how it works. So Scratch is a real fun and interesting platform. Every time we'll be providing you the set of codes after explaining you the functioning of each block, and you will really enjoy working on it. So till now this much is enough. Now the time to do your activity, do your worksheet. So I believe you have learned everything. You are going to try it yourself. Now time to revise what we have learned so far. So first very important thing we learned is there are 6 different block shapes which are available in Scratch. Along with that, there is a control block menu which includes blocks that control the execution of the script. And there is a sensing block menu that blocks are used to sense the keyboard input before displaying the script. Okay, Along with that, we have the operators block. Children, operators block are used to perform mathematical functions and even the Boolean operations. You remember when you want to add some mathematical function or Boolean operation in the script of your Scratch programming, then we use operators block. And what is a variable? It is a temporary storage area which is stored the variable in the block menu. So it stores certain value when you are executing the program. And to put a check on any problem, there is a condition to be applied. In Scratch, if, forever, if else, these are the conditional blocks which are present to control the block category. So that's all for today's lesson. Catching you in the next chapter. Till then, goodbye and happy learning.